baluartillo is a smaller baluarte.
So,
It has
mas kabisado ko tong Intramuros para sa golf course. But today, it's different. It's a historical tour. Ito yung golf course. Guys, nakatakot. Napaihi yata ako.
Right? Parang dami nilang gusto makuha ang Pilipinas. Well, obviously we have smorgasbord of colonizers. But let me explain, you know, the transition before this, from the Spanish to the Americans. Let me ask you this. Was it ever clear in school how from Spanish eventually... Now, by the third week of, third week, si MacArthur, familiar with MacArthur? Nakatira siya sa Manila Hotel. No?
MacArthur Suite.
MacArthur Suite, right? Nung binobomba na po ng mga Hapon ng Maynila, inilipat siya sa koridor. Sa Malinta Tunnel. Have you been there?
Yes.
Okay, balik kayo. Maganda. Ngayon na. Nasa Malinta Tunnel siya. And by March 11, 1942, nakatanggap na po ng 3 orders si MacArthur sa Washington na nagsasabi, umalis ka ng Pilipinas, punta ng Australia. Yung 2 utos, in-ignore niya. Yung pangalang utos was telling him, go for Australia, otherwise you would have to face court-martial. So that's why March 11, from Malintatan, he went to Lord Chadak, the Sea Corridor, took a boat all the way to Mindanao, took a plane all the way to Australia. When he got to Australia, in the front of the media, he said, the President of the United States ordered me to break through enemy line and proceed from Corridor to Australia. For the purpose of satisfying organizing American offensive against. October 1944, Americans were able to return Leyte. Alam niyo naman, di ba? By January 9, 1945, the Americans were able to return in Lingayen Gulf. Okay? Isang buwan makalipas, eto na, ang Amerikano na doon sa kabilang side ng river sa UST. Pero taga-UST. Okay, nasa UST na. Bakit UST? Kasi doon dinala ng mga Hapon yung mga allied civilian. Sa gera, kapag hinuli kayo ng Hapon civilian, kayo tawag sa inyo internees. Kapag sundalo kayo, nahuli kayo ng kalaban, tawag sa inyo POW. Prisoners of War. 3,800 internees na. The rescue ng mga Amerikano ang payat na. Guess what? February 3 yun. At that point in time, sabog na po yung mga bridge sa crossing north-south. Isang bridge na natitira. Isang bridge. By 7, sabog na rin. So in other words, the Americans were cut off sa north, samantalang nandito mga Hapon sa south side. Next day, February 4, okay? Sinara ng mga Hapon ang entrance ng Intramuros at sinimulang i-gather yung mga lalaki. 14 years old patahan, dinadala dito sa Fort Santiago.
It's so easy to study geography.
The dungeon. The dungeon was not originally intended to be a dungeon. It was intended to be the gunpowder storage. And eventually, a gunpowder storage was built besides it, and then the gunpowder was transferred there, and that became a dungeon. Since it was not intended to be a dungeon, it was intended to be a gunpowder storage. There was no toilet, there was no bed.
We're now in the entrance of the dungeon.
Well, here's one. Okay, so go inside, like, describe how the body is.
Parang oxygen.
Okay, and the smell. What's about the smell? The smell could be close to, dried fish or something.
Guys, look up, guys, look up.
Hello!
Okay.
So this is the entrance. It's quite narrow. Good thing I didn't eat today. Good thing I didn't eat today. I can fit. Medyo masikip talaga, guys. So this is.
Let me ask you. Let me tell you that,
The bodies that were found in here, many of them were actually.
This is what's inside.
Because it's an instinct to try to get to the exit, even though you know it's not. Ito meron po yan eh. Malalim po yan dito sa side. Hindi na lang siya sinama, right? Now, come right here please. Those are the dead bodies around Manila during the war. And look at this one. Some of the males were actually tied up. See? They were tied up before they were killed. Right? There are
The examples given to us were too graphic to be published. But the fact remains that the Americans found 600 dead bodies cramped inside this small dungeon. They were all casualties of war. The 600 brave men were all buried in a marked grave just outside the dungeon. We're moving on with the tour. It's a very It's a very,
one thing that's very important now, a lot of Japanese who hears this, they're very emotional.
medyo masikip inside,
It's not cute today.
but it's well done. It's well constructed. You have to be careful because maraming steps. There's a lot of ups and downs, and the ceiling is not very high. It's a challenge for seniors like me.
Okay, look. You know, during the war, being able to get to the American side means salvation. You know why? Because the north is where the American war and south where Japanese were. A lot of Filipinos have to walk miles to be able to get to the American side. And remember, a Filipino family will always take care of everybody, of every member of the family. Filipino wounded family member will actually put on carts like this, and they'll push them miles and miles all the way to the American side. And many of them were able to get to the American side. Their wounds were about a week to about 2 weeks old already. Many of them were already infected.
It's quite hot also here. It's a good thing that today the weather is nice, so may konting air.
May ventilation.
Careful,
Kasi medyo malamig ngayon, pero
Hindi, may butas.
and
careful.
pinapasok siya ng water when it's raining. And you can see medyo may flooding na konti. So when you go umpog nga. Umpog nga talaga. Sorry, naumpog ako. So you have to look up and down. Punta ka dito. Is that a soldier? That's a Japanese soldier. I think it was made for smaller people.
The youth wonder.
Ito, paakit na tayo ulit. I think this is the exit. Yep, it's his exit. Woo.
Okay, imagine how it felt here
Woo.
when you were able to go out, diba? Imagine how comfortable.
Dungeon tour. Maliit lang pala, no? It's very short. But way going inside and going outside, it's very narrow, and the ceiling is very low. So I hit my head twice, and the steps are very slippery because it was raining. There was some flooding. So when you go there, you need to be prepared and have the right attire. Rubber shoes, maybe comfortable wear. That's my tip. Overall, it was good. It's a good lesson in history. There are a lot of myths. There are a lot of stories that were told to us when we were young that are not really accurate. So sometimes it's nice to go back and revisit history the right way. So till next time, this has been the Solo Traveler. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to view my next content. See you guys. Bye.
Dahil say ano ka? Isa ka sa number 1 fan na ni Solo Traveler?
Yeah.
Nagpa-autograph to kanina doon sa... Nagpakain kasi ako kanina. Nagpa-autograph siya. Yun, binigyan ko naman. Wow. Naman. That made his Christmas.